Welcome to the Global Marketing Show, the podcast for all things international business. I'm your host, Wendy Pease, president of Rapport International and a translation expert. Come along with me today as we talk to an expert in the global marketing world about facing their biggest fears, hearing about mistakes they made or saw, discussing best practices, and sharing fun travel, language, and culture stories.
Welcome to a special edition of the Global Marketing Show. Today, host Wendy Pease conducts an on-the-spot interview with an attendee of the XIM conference in Washington, D.C. that was held in December of 2022. The XIM conference is an opportunity for attendees to learn about the Export-Import Bank of the United States' financing tools, as well as network and explore opportunities for global exporting with other attendees and vendors. We hope you enjoy today's guest and keep listening for more episodes from this amazing conference. Welcome to another episode of the Global Marketing Show. This is another interview that we're doing at the XIM conference down in DC, and we have the pleasure of talking to Jorge Sanchez, who is the CEO and president of Thor Energy. And the company is based in San Antonio and develops and finances energy-efficient projects in different countries. So welcome, Jorge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
To invite me here. Thank you. And I would like to share my history. Maybe to someone is going to be interesting to hear about that.
Yes, yeah.
But okay. I'm start my business. I'm start working my family business in a custom broker there in the border, and I saw the companies buying the equipment from Mexico to United States and something like Home Depot, wherever. So and I say, okay, I have to place better a company in San Antonio that help to the importers in Mexico to find the products to the factory directly. I must start my business there. But then there was a long time ago, then I want to jump not Mexico. Instead, I jumped to South America. And I never met the other countries like Mexico, and I say, I want to expand my business. And I'm start to selling locomotive parts. I'm no engineer.
Yeah.
But I'm start to taking a course about how works the locomotive for selling the parts, and I take just a short course, and then start to selling locomotive parts. But the locomotive engine is the same than used for vessels, for marine vessels, and for oil and gas. So then jump to marine and oil and gas companies, industries. So my company start to selling to that kind of companies.
And so you're selling at this point into South America.
South America. So we expand to selling to marine, locomotive, and oil and gas. And then oil and gas become the biggest one. This was a long time ago. Mainly the companies pay me in advance for selling the products there. And my goal of the company is to put the merchandise in the place that they need it. Just when we place the merchandise in the place that they need it, we jump over other competitors, because mostly the competitors say, this is the merchandise, just come and take it. But no, I try to send the merchandise in the place, and I keep all the service, warranty, wherever. And this time, they don't ask me for financing, but later, I jumped from energy, oil and gas, the fossil energy, to renewable, because one of my daughters has a project in the school about the renewable energies, and I help them. And I say, oh, that's very interesting to me, and I start to taking courses.
Interesting. So your daughter triggered the business.
My daughter triggered to invest to renewable energies, and then I certified renewable energies, energy efficiency, smart grid, energy storage, and energy management. Right now, I have a lot of certification done. From 15 years ago to now, I'm start helping the companies and government in the energy transition. And my projects grow in money, and I know that the Latin American countries, because in my main market, they have a lot of necessities, but they don't have money to pay in upfront. So I'm start to finding entity like Exim Bank. Exim Bank for me is the best entity to help because it's the most easily entity to find the financial support for my projects there.
So talk a little bit more about Exim Bank and how you work with that, because this really ties into global marketing, because
Yes.
you're selling more by being able to access capital for your clients.
Yes, my clients, for example, I have a project there in South America. That project that company is a state company. For the country is an oil and gas company, has a lot of oil wells in the Amazon. And they has gas, the flaring gas in the Amazon, and they contaminate a lot of surrounding areas. They have a big problem there. So I review the issue and I have the solution because I know the equipment, how to help to them to get the equipment to clean the energy, like capture the gas instead to burning that and release to the atmosphere, capture the gas, concentrate in a process center, convert in energy, put in carbon capture equipment to clean the energy, and put the carbon capture and back to the oil well to keep more pressure.
Wait, let me get this straight. So they continue to burn the energy, but instead of letting the emissions go up into the environment,
Yes.
you capture them, clean it, and then reuse it?
Reuse the carbon placed back to the oil well to make more pressure, and the energy put in the grid.
Wow.
That's become clean energy because the energy is already clean. This is a very huge project because that country is going to save a lot of money because they generate the energy there with using diesel generators. And they spend a lot of money in diesel, in transportation of diesel, contaminate the rivers, everywhere. So I solve a lot of things with this. For doing this, they need money because huge amount of money.
Right,
so I
to build
use
the infrastructure,
the
they need the money.
USTDA for feasibility studies, and then we're going to jump to Exim Bank.
Okay, and so then so how does Exim Bank work with you and the client to fund that then?
How? Because once that the USTDA finish the project, I have to give the project to Exim Bank and tell to Exim Bank, this project is already reviewed.
They're going to underwrite it?
Yeah, review it.
They're
This
gonna
is
review
submitted. The feasibility says that this is going to be a good project. So the Exim is then finance the project to the government.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So you do the feasibility study,
Yeah.
Exim Bank reviews it, and then they'll finance it through the government. We just said down in the Amazon, we didn't say
Yes.
the country. So, and then, so they'd be funding it with the government.
Yeah.
So you're assisting in it, but you're not really involved in it financially.
No, my company is to find the technology, the
opportunity.
solution, and the financing.
Okay, so you put it all together, and
All
then
together,
Exim
yeah.
Bank has the money to come in
Yeah.
and support something
So
like that.
project like that, this is one man. I have another for help to clean the lake that is contaminated with surrounded populations.
Yeah.
We want to clean the lake using renewable energies and cleaning putting wastewater plants for clean the water that goes to the lake. This is another good project that we have. So my job is keep the solution, but with technology and financing.
Okay.
Complete, because most of the time that countries don't know how technology use.
Right.
How to get the money.
Right, exactly. So you're the
this is-
mastermind that comes in and puts all these pieces together.
Yes.
So the money can meet the project, and it's for sustainability and improving.
For example, I have another project there in the Caribbean. The Caribbean use they have the energy with diesel engines, and they use a lot of like a golf cart, but not electric. It's with gasoline. So they asked me about the solution because they want to put some energy because the diesel engine is very expensive. It's not reliable.
Yeah.
So my suggestion is not just put a renewable energy plant. It's also try to join the community to that they change the golf carts from gasoline to battery. They put small grids there in the mini grids.
So the charging stations, so it's easy for them to change.
And fix the ways, the streets, because they have a lot of holes, fixing the streets, because this is energy efficiency. If you go to the roads, is in a good shape for driving around, you save a lot of time, you save a lot of energy in this. So I review all the specs to save the energy and give the complete solution to them.
I love what you're doing. Now, switching it into the culture and the language of doing this. Obviously, you speak English and Spanish, so that helps working in South America. And you can serve as the liaison for the Exim Bank.
Yes, the culture is very important because Latin America is, we see Latin America in a whole, but every country has a little bit different.
Yes. Yes.
Mainly Brazil. Most of the people say, well, Brazil is one of the countries. No, Brazil is very huge. It has more people speak Portuguese in South America than Spanish, and nobody knows that.
I never realized that. There's the population in Brazil is bigger than all the other countries, and so Portuguese is the biggest language. And I never looked at the numbers behind that.
And it's different the way that you do business in Brazil than in Argentina or in Chile.
It's very different.
Sometimes we need some companies, some help to try to reach that market.
Right, and he's referring to Rapport International, who's the sponsor of the podcast, which I neglected to mention, that focuses on high-quality foreign language translation. So which languages do you operate in?
Spanish, English, but sometimes we travel a lot to Asia. And right now we have some kind of business in Europe, but close to Russia. It's different the way that every country does business.
So what are your recommendations for how to be successful when you're working across cultures and languages?
There is a lot. For example, the Department of Commerce has interesting documents about this country briefing. I think it's the country briefing. This is
country briefing. So if you go to the department, you look up U.S. Federal Government Department of Commerce country briefings.
Country briefing. They have a review about the country that you want to go. There is a lot of tools there in the Department of Commerce. I work very close with them because I support with U.S. Commercial Service. It's U.S. Commercial Service in every embassy help you to reach the country that you want, and they help you a lot, but most of the people don't know about that.
So tell us more so people know.
Okay, well...
or give us a story about how you've worked with the U.S. Commercial Service.
Well, I'm a member of the District Export Council for Texas and the REAC here in the Department of Commerce here in Washington. So when I want to reach, for example, you have like a project or a solution for one necessity there, and don't know how to reach the real people that has the decision there in that country, ask to the U.S. Commercial Service in the embassy to help, explain to them the solution that you want to transmit to the people in that country. Then they made the arrangement, meeting or video conference with them. And that way you can explain to them. It's very different if I go to that country to knock the door, maybe they open, maybe they not. But through the U.S. Commercial Service is almost, it's really open for you because the embassy is helping to you.
That's fantastic.
But the embassy needs to review to you. the company that want to do business there, because those commercial services is not open for everyone. So they need to review the company that you have a good solution, that you can to do that. Okay.
Okay, so before
Yes.
they'll just help you, they'll
Yes.
look at your reputation and they'll decide whether they're going to work with you. But if they do, they open the doors and can make introductions and explain culture and assist with language. Yeah, okay. Well, this has been fabulous information. It's so exciting to hear about what you're doing around the world. You sound like a wonderful resource. If people want to reach out to you, what's the best way to do that?
Email, LinkedIn. I don't have it's the only social network that I've used, LinkedIn.
Okay, and what's your email?
JSAN@THOR-energy.com. Thor Energy, I named my company like Thor because Thor is the Scandinavian god of the energy.
Yes,
Okay.
Thor, yes.
Most of the people say, hey, Marvel. No. It's about that. It's about energy, not about other things.
Not about Marvel, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so JSAN for Jorge Sanchez
Yes,
at Thor,
And
THOR,
middle dash energy.com.
Okay. And the final question I always ask, and I didn't give you warning of this, is what is your favorite foreign word? And foreign language can be anything: English, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian.
Okay, for me it's more easy to do business in Spanish. Right now I'm in the conference. The two presidents coming from Mozambique and Angola. They both speak Portuguese. It's very similar. Sometimes I understand that they are talking, but Chinese is very hard to learn.
So what's your favorite foreign word out of all those languages?
Form word.
Favorite word?
Favorite word.
Yeah.
Word. Business.
Business. That's excellent. That's a really good one. That's different than I've heard. Well, Jorge, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you for
being
inviting me to
interviewed.
be here.
Yeah, I
Okay,
appreciate it.
thank you everyone.
That's a wrap for this session. A big thanks to you for listening to the Global Marketing Show. Hope you had just as much fun as I did. New sessions launch weekly on all places you find podcasts: Apple, Spotify, Google Play, and of course on our website. If you know someone interested in this topic, please tell them about us. Au revoir for now.